Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Steve Taylor Community Connection, and certainly an honor and a privilege to be here with two gentlemen I respect greatly. On my far left, superstar Terry Crosby, and in the middle, yes, absolutely, in the middle, Mr. Terry Awls. And Terry, if we could bring in a hat tree, the old-fashioned hat tree where all the people put all their hats on the tree, and if we did that, that would exemplify what Terry means in our community. He's involved in sports. He's involved in housing. He's involved in lifting people. Terry, you're doing so many things. You're a communication director. Kind of give us a framework of all the things you do positively in our community.
Well, first, thanks for having me. And obviously, Terry has a great name, so those names are synonymous. First off, I'm the communications director for LMH. I started off as a director of LHSC. And just being able to work for the organization that I grew up in, we're able to kind of tell our story. I mean, we do everything from housing, from renovations. On LMA side, we try and make people's lives better in our community. So, we're just scratching the surface. We've got a very vast homeless population in our area that we're trying to address. We've got a fantastic CEO who's really making the charge. And we've got great leadership and a board that really is supporting our vision for that. Among that, I'm the general manager of Glass City Wranglers.
Congrats on that.
Yeah, thank
Congratulations.
you. Our new home is going to be the Glass City Center. So
Which is extremely cool.
We're excited. The Glass City playing in the Glass City, so we're excited about that. I also am the director of recruiting for Hobson Elite. We just put together a fantastic board for Hobson Elite, and then I'm a husband, father, community advocate. Try and do as much as I can. I tell people I'm a kingmaker, not a king, so I'm okay being behind the scenes.
Oh, I love
believe
that.
it or not. So I grew up in Birmingham Terrace, so
Right.
my mom, God bless her soul, raised me and my sister on $400 a month, and I'm a servant at heart. So it's for me, it's about giving back and making other people's lives better.
There's a Martin Luther King saying that I always loved. He said, everyone can make a difference in lives, and everybody should try. Mm-hmm. And you're doing it. A lot of people. Cross and I meet a lot of folks,
yes.
And a lot of people talk.
A good game.
They talk it, and you go, oh wow, but they're not bad people or anything of that nature, but they talk it. But you're a gentleman that lives it, and you're helping people with housing, and there's nothing more important in the community than putting people into housing and keeping families together and having a safe area to live and feel good about where you live. And there's nothing more important than that. But I'm also interested, Terry, in your involvement in sports, because Cross and I have always believed that you can build families and communities through sports.
Right.
Yeah,
And
sport teaches us life.
Yeah,
right?
and you've lived
really
that.
does.
Talk a little bit about that.
Oh man. I've coached for years. I've been blessed to coach high school level, the AAU level, the college level. Last year I was fortunate enough to get my first pro job and now the GM position. So
Right.
I've seen all levels of it, and to be able to help, from our Hobson Elite platform, we've put 45 kids in college programs over the last 5 years, and I would say not a lot of programs in this area.
Right.
Dennis Hobson is a phenomenal advocate of making sure we do things the right way, from tutoring to helping kids with ACT. We set up visits for these kids. The goal is to help them be better men. They're going to be somebody's husband someday, a father someday. So if we're using these kids just for basketball, we're doing them a disservice.
Right.
100%.
And we tell their parents that.
100%.
So we're fortunate to get kids from Indiana. We get kids from Michigan. We had a couple years, we had kids driving from Dayton, Ohio, 3 hours just to practice. Wow. And they're college athletes. We got a couple gentlemen that are playing in the pros. And so it's about pouring back into that community, and Dennis is really, really a big part of what we do there. And then we actually, one of the kids at Lord's, we're going to sign to Glass City. So now I've been part of that transition as well.
Got it.
So it's just, it's been a blessing. It's been I tell people, from a poor kid that grew up in the projects to be able to do a lot of things that I've been blessed to do, and just be able to help impact lives. I mean, I've got a son that played college basketball, won a national championship at Trine. I have a son that plays football for the University of Toledo.
Beautiful.
And so it's just like, and then we got a 10-year-old, and, my stepdaughter's going to college to play. She's a weightlifting champ, at 105 pounds, and so my wife and I are really proud. We've got a beautiful blended family, and so it's just, I've tremendous faith about just being able to help move the needle. Somebody help me, so it's my goal to help pull back and be able to help others within the community.
TA, and I'll turn you over to Cross after this, but you're a guy that, because we're Facebook friends, and I see all the things, the wonderful things that you post and all the great things you're doing. You're a guy that wears his heart outside his shirt. And by that, I mean,
sometimes too much. So.
I mean, it comes across just even in the interview now.
Right.
You care deeply about people and wanting to help people and make a difference in their lives, which you are every day. Whether it's housing, whether it's basketball, whatever it is. Cross always asks this question, and I'm stealing this question. But where does that come from?
Right.
Where did you get that heart outside your shirt?
I think just from a young age, I believe service touches everything we do. Gas station, hospital, even here, we're able to serve our community through this platform. It's always been about, okay, when I was 13 years old, I started helping pay rent and stuff like that. And I'm like, I want to be able to make sure other kids, and even if I can get one kid to kind of, go to college or get a trade or do something to make your life better, but then make sure you give back to be able to, it's, each one teach one. You got it's all about being able to give back, and I don't care who gets the credit. I don't care how the sausage is made, and I just want it done. And if somebody else gets the credit, and we get a kid in college or get them in school or something like that, or get them into a trade, that's what it's about. We're here to make our communities better. If we think it's about us, we're sadly mistaken.
Right.
Yeah, we're sadly mistaken.
I'm just so honored to sit here with you, excellent gentlemen, this morning. I mean, just to be in your presence. Tom Cole does such a great job, in our community. He has a passion in his heart to do it for the right reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I'm pretty much aligned with that too. And just to have you in between that this morning is just so powerful. So first of all, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate that.
I'm blessed that to get this platform. Like I said, we're just from housing to everything we do. It's all about community. It's all about us giving back.
Right. And I wanted to touch just a little bit on how does that make you feel knowing that you grew up in the Terrace, okay?
Birmingham Terrace, 05.
And
05er.
through all your years of development and maturity and experience, you're at such an elite stage as you are now, because you do so much in the community. I mean, I see you, brother.
Yeah,
right?
I appreciate that.
Even though you say you work behind the scenes, I actually see what you're doing, and I'm so impressed with everything that you touch.
Wow, I appreciate that.
But how does that make you feel coming from the Terrace and now in your life doing what you're doing now?
I think one, it's a story that when I talk to a class or something like that.
Right.
It's not where you came from. Did that make it harder? Absolutely.
That was a start, but it's not the end.
My mom, God rest her soul, and she raised me and my sister, and I was determined, okay, I'm gonna make sure, I don't ever want to have to experience this. I actually took my 2 older boys to the Birmingham Terrace and just showed them, okay, I went through this so you didn't have to.
Okay.
And just so it's just for me, there's just a lot of. I'm here to serve, and I'll tell a quick story. As we're approaching Thanksgiving, one year, we sit down for Thanksgiving meals. I served my kids turkey pot pie, banquet turkey pot pie, and water, to prove a point that I went through this, so you don't have to go, but I want you to be grateful.
Yes.
And so my kids are sitting there shocked,
Dad, have you lost your mind? What's going on here? Yeah.
Did you really do that?
I actually did that.
Yeah.
I actually did that.
But what a lesson that is.
Yeah.
Right.
What an awareness that is.
Right.
And I wanted my kids to, no matter what, just be grateful.
Right.
And
Yes.
just I wish my mom was here, because I wanted her to understand everything that she did for us.
Right.
We gotta give back.
But Terry, think of the feeling your mom has, and I'm of the belief that she knows.
Right, absolutely.
I truly, I know Crosby is
Yeah.
the same thing because we've lost our moms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's.
But I think she knows. And think of the prideful element of what her son is doing.
Absolutely.
And what a great job she did bringing him up,
Mm-hmm.
teaching him to give back, teaching him to be of service.
Yeah,
I mean, that's unbelievable. That's the best gift in the world.
Yeah,
When
no,
somebody
it's-
brings you up and teaches you to be a servant,
Right.
to give back to
Right.
others.
Yeah,
There's nothing better than that. And the other side is, we meet people all the time, as you do, Terry, and everybody needs help. When you meet people that say, you know what, hey, I did it all by myself.
Right, absolutely.
I run from that.
Yeah,
I run from that person as fast as I possibly. Thank you.
Right.
I run from that person as fast as I possibly can, because no one is successful without someone mentoring, taking time, giving them help when they needed it at that moment.
Right.
And it could be nothing more than a conversation when they're feeling down or they're ready to give up.
Yeah.
But nobody does it on their own. They don't.
My uncle, Hope raised me, gave me my first car. His name is Terry Awls. I call him Pops.
Yeah.
My dad was there, but my uncle was the one that really kind of from that spiritual
Okay.
guidance
Yeah.
was
Right.
there. And just, he's been very instrumental. And so I tell my wife, and she'll probably get upset by hearing this. I'm an okay husband. I'm a great dad.
Right. I
That's
get
the
it.
one thing that means I'm a
Absolutely.
great dad.
I get it. I get it.
Well, you
I get
can't
all-
excel in both categories.
Yeah.
No, but I get that statement.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're a great husband.
Yeah.
The guy that wears his heart outside his shirt is going to be a great husband.
Absolutely.
But I get the emphasis
my wife
on,
means the world to me. So
the
she's an
emphasis
amazing
on your
person.
kids and
Yeah.
doing the best you can to instill in them to be
Right.
the best people they can
Right.
be and to care about others.
Yeah, it's nice to be important. It's also important to be nice.
Right.
And so I learned that in my days at Inverness. And so
Yeah.
it's people think, well, I didn't get here by myself because I had people helping me along the way. My high
Yeah.
school wrestling coach and
Yeah.
my mentors and stuff like
Yeah.
that just help us get here. I mean, you gentlemen are well established, and you wouldn't say you got here by yourself.
No.
But look at the things that you guys do in the community
Right.
and how you guys give back. And so
Well, gentlemen, I just want to share this with you. And it was a quote I seen the other day, and it just stuck with me.
Okay.
It's so powerful, right?
Uh-huh.
It is so powerful. If you want to find yourself, right? If you want to find yourself, then lose yourself in the service of others.
yes,
Right.
I love it. Because that's
And
truly what we do every day.
Absolutely.
That's what we do every day.
Absolutely.
It's-
And when I seen that, I thought, oh my God,
That's a great
I
quote.
know so many people
Yeah.
That's a great quote.
that's, can really benefit from reading this quote right here. And it stuck with me.
It's
It
a
really, really
great
did.
quote.
And I think
It's-
that's your philosophy,
Yeah.
Tom. That's my philosophy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And certainly your
No,
philosophy,
I
Terry.
love that quote. Okay, I'm going to steal that quote.
Terry should start, you should have your own regular podcast because, you have a message that is extremely important to give old, middle, young, about service, about caring, about being involved, wanting to give back. It's a
Right.
great message. It really is.
Well, let's the three of us do it.
All right. I like that. I like it, Terry. Terry, it's an honor to have you
My pleasure.
here.
Thank you so much.
And again, what you're doing in our community means so much, and you impact so many people and so many different hats that you wear off that hat tree. But when you get up in the morning, you're doing it every day, and then plus what you pour into your family, which is the ultimate, thing. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you so much,
Appreciate
Terry.
you guys.
Appreciate
Appreciate it so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Man,
guys
thanks
so
for
much.
coming in.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much.
it, T.
Tom Coley, coach for Steve Taylor Community Connection.